What is my result? What is my outcome? What is it I really, truly want from this? If you're going back next week, and you say this next week, what are the most important outcomes for me to get this week in my business? And you just write those outcomes out, not your action items, the outcomes. If you do that and nothing else, you'll be ahead of the game. If you just keep looking at those outcomes every day, how am I doing on that outcome? Your brain will come up with ways to get to that outcome. I promise you. Focus on outcomes, not on activities. Action for most people, activities, most people may mistake movement for achievement. They mistake action items and to-dos for achievement. We're after the achievement. Are you with me on this? Yes or no? It's a different way of thinking, and I think all of you inherently have it. But if you make this ritualized, just like the things you've learned this week, they're all great. But if you don't systematize them, they'll work when you do them. But if you systematize them, right? And you see like Mr. Holman here, where he goes in and just does it, make sure it's being done again. Or what you've seen Chet do, or what I do. You just do it over and over again, you don't miss it. Now the results are geometric. So I want to get you to systematize the thinking, whether you do it visually the way I'm going to show you or not.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful morning. 11:11. Paint your vision. Look at the beauty of this timing. I love it. So excited. So many great things are happening. Life is coming in, pouring in very many amazing things from all different areas. I'm excited to see. I see the group chats blowing up with rank ups, withdrawals, ka-ching. So I'm telling you, this is just the beginning of wrapping up an abundant month of August and stepping into a phenomenal next 90-day all-in sprint. So super excited today. As you can see, we're going to be talking about, this is actually from Tony Robbins, right? And you can see all of these trainings for this week are very sequential, right? Each one is leading into the next. And today we're going to be talking about RPM, right? Rapid Planning Method. So this is going to be a great training. Honestly, something that really gave me a lot of perspective. All of these in order that we paid a lot of money for to go ahead and get access to this from some of our elite 1% mentors. So excited to pour the info right back to the fam. And as always, before we get started and dive in, let's get real quick a little bit of gratitude down below. Let's get the feeling, right? Let's start off in state. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? Absolutely. Cedric in the building. Lady Boss Nikki, is so great to see everybody. Happy Friday, TGIF. The growth includes Friday. Let me know what's 1, 2, 3 things everybody's grateful for coming into today. Awesome. Rapid planning method. Big day today. Let's go. We're expecting and getting America. So grateful for God. So grateful to be alive. So thankful. You already know we've got the alkaline ready to go. Absolutely. So grateful for the dream team. So grateful for the family, for the digital dynasty. So grateful to be in this position with the access to mentorship, with the access to these skill sets, to be living in a time like right now. So thankful for today, because today's a day that we've never seen before and a day that we will never see again. And as well, I want to let everybody know, right? In 2 hours, I have a very special guest, right? He's actually a very busy guy. He didn't have a chance to go ahead and get on for the 11 Dreams to Reality podcast, but I'm actually going to be having him on at 1 p.m. Special guest. I'm going to tell you who that is. Stay tuned, and I'm going to let you know at the end of the training. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. Today, we're going to be talking about RPM, right? Now, if you think about a car, the RPM, as we start to press on the throttle a little bit, the RPM starts to spike a little bit as we start to get on the gas. And as we start to press on the gas, we start to pick up speed, we start to pick up momentum. And today, that's exactly what it is that we're going to be diving into and talking about. So, first things first, right? RPM, Rapid Planning Method. This was the first piece that he started off to go ahead and kind of get us in the mode to think about this, right? Here's what he said. He said, "You have always heard that work hard, work pays off." He says, well, not really. A lot of hardworking, focused people that don't seem to be gaining and winning. And why is that? Here's what he said. Your brain. Your brain, he said, your brain needs to focus. The brain needs clarity so it can deliver a cut-through distraction plan, right? He said it really matters how we also develop the language and how we actually start speaking towards our goal, the way that we actually describe it. The first question, here's number one, right? And Tony Robbins kind of touched on it because this is where he got this training from Tony, right? Tony said the first question, what is the results that we want, let's say in the next week, right? We're all on this push for 10 days, starting the last couple of 10 days of August. So what is the results that we're looking to go ahead and achieve by the end of this 10 days to go ahead and wrap up the month of August? And he says this, don't say, this always gave me a giggle because he always went over this line. he used to literally cyber slap people all the time going over this part. He would say, don't say, I want more money. Because everybody that says you want more money, well, guess what? You can go and get a ka-ching, you made a couple dollars. You can go ahead and win a couple trades, you made a couple dollars. Don't say I want to lose weight because you can go ahead and lose a pound tomorrow and boom, you hit your goal and that's it. He said the reason why so many people don't end up getting to their goals a lot of the time is they're not specific enough. Here's $1. Boom. You want more money? Here you go. Hit your goal. So even for me, like this was a cyber slap. This really made me get intentional about really getting detailed on all the goals that I have in every area of my life. How many pounds do I want to gain? I'll give you guys an example, right? I have a huge show coming up on September 20th over at the Hard Rock, September 20th, right? My goal is to gain 15 pounds by that show. Okay? I'm not worried about the how. The first thing he talks about is what is the outcome? Because if you figure out the outcome, we're going to be able to figure out a way how to actually get there. So that's the first thing he talks about. Okay? Getting very specific. How many pounds? How much money do we want to withdraw? How many listings do we want to have in our store by this time? How many followers do we want to increase our social media by this date? What is the outcome? First thing, just really start thinking about. Okay. Here was the next thing. He said, here's my request. Write this out on a piece of paper, get out your journal and write out what you really want so I can pick it up and I can read it. The next part that he says, if you do this, it's going to give you a key to reach it. Without a doubt, you're going to start to realize how to start putting some of these pieces together. If you say you want to go out and hit Platinum 150, let's say by the end of the month, putting that outcome down, great. Once we have the outcome first, now we can figure out kind of the tools and the steps on how to get there. Because there is 3 steps, right? We're going to have our story, we're going to have our strategy, but we're also going to have our state. You see, our state is the outcome. What are we going to be able to do once we hit that outcome? Maybe for some of us getting a handful of ka-chings, maybe we can pay off a light bill. Maybe for some of us getting that withdrawal from our trading account, maybe we can pay off some of our bills. So I don't know what that is for you, but let's start thinking about what can that outcome do, because that is going to produce state. Feels good thinking about that. Feels good thinking about the success that we're going to accomplish. But it takes having that feeling first before it even happens, okay? So here's the next piece of the training. He says, all right, great. Now that we have that down, what's the immediate action? Here's step 2, right? What's the immediate action that we can take right here, right now? Based on what, this is the paragraph that he writes. Based on what is that we wrote down, if we were clear on that language, the highest form of action should be clear at this moment. What do you see that to be? You see, what I'm taking all of you through right now, this is called the deep work. This is the work that most people are not willing to do. I'm not going to lie, right? I've been the type of person before. I've done the shallow work and I've watched others soar by me through the years. And after enough time, I finally started to see this is where a lot of the big secrets lied, inside of the deep work. So my question for everybody today, let's go ahead and put it out down below. What are some of the goals? What are some of the outcomes that we're looking to achieve, number 1? Number 2, what's the immediate action that we can go ahead and take right now today to go ahead and get ourselves to that point? Maybe it could be hopping on a specific number of go lives for this next handful of days to go ahead and get that withdrawal, to go ahead and get those ka-chings in our account. Maybe it could be setting up a posting schedule this weekend so we can go and have the whole week laid out. We know what we're going to be posting on our TikTok, on our Instagram, on our Facebook, on our YouTube. And all we have to do now is go ahead and run that play. Maybe we're starting our new series. Right now, Lady Boss League has been absolutely on fire with her series. Kudos to you, right? So what is that? And now here's the next piece on how we took it one step further. Ready? Here's the third piece on rapid planning method. This is this is where it gets interesting. You ready? Hitting some big trades. Let's go. I see you, Cedric. Absolutely. Here's what he said. Serena in the building, big time Jew. Here's my last piece for you. Stick with me. He said, now write out a list. Now, he said, show me your calendar. I'm going to be able to show you your income. You see, if your calendar's empty, the income that's coming in, it's going to look like a similar number. So if it's blank, guess how much income is probably going to be coming in into the future? Probably nothing very special. So even for myself, this was a huge aha moment because I wasn't very good at having a calendar. I wasn't very good at writing things down. I was not very good at having a documented schedule because I'm the type of person I like to do, to a point, I like to do a lot of things in my head. Probably like most of you, you can relate, right? But you see what happens is eventually we hit what's called a plateau. We hit a level, we hit a brick wall, and they actually wrote a whole book on it. What got us here is not going to be able to get us there. So it's going to take a new level of discipline, focus, maybe changing a little bit of the habitual routines to go and be able to level up. And for me, this was one of those things when I took this training. I started to realize like, wow, this is a weak spot for me. I'm not very good at writing things down. I'm not very good at having an organized calendar. Jim Rohn always said the best morning routine is planning the night before. That's something that I never did before. Sunday evaluations, that was never a thing for me. But you know what I realized from Neno after a year and a half of watching him go from P2 to Chairman 25? Think about that. In a year and a half, he went from making $25,000 a year to making $25,000 a month. And now everybody's like, oh man, how'd you get so lucky? How'd you make it happen? Please just give me that little nugget. What's that one thing that I need? If you're looking for one of the main keys, today's the day. This is the training. This piece right here, this is the star of the entire training, to be able to get a calendar for the week. So he literally has a picture inside of the workbook, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Sunday, Monday through Sunday. And he said, list what you would do each day to blow this up and do the work. He said, look at your week. How often are we going to take action on our dream? The frequency that we choose to do so will bring our goal to us and attract it even faster. Woo! I had goosebumps the first time I read that. I still get it reading that because it just goes to show that momentum a lot of the times, guess who it comes down to? It's not dependent on the news. It's not what's happening externally. It's what's happening right here. I'm going back to think about when I first started. I created momentum sitting in my car with no job, 30K in debt, had no crazy background, but I started to envision the life that I wanted to live. I started to embody the feeling as if I started to create and design these outcomes. I want to have one of the best physiques at school, enter in a physique competition, end up winning inside of the whole school. Wanted to start learning about the law of attraction, manifestation, started getting very serious about it. Want to start growing my social media, how to develop a plan. So everything that we're learning correlates to not just business. This has to do with life. If we have a calendar, we can start mapping out our life before it even happens, the week, the day, the months. This is where we start to really gain clarity. So today, let's just keep it simple. For this next, what do we got? 6-ish days to end off the month of August. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do this with you getting off this call. Let's go ahead and write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to go and end off the month of August. And what are some tactical pieces of action that we can go ahead and take immediately to go ahead and dive into and master these skill sets so we can get closer to our outcome. And actually, some of you achieve your outcome. Maybe that might be your new rank, some ka-ching, some withdrawals inside of your training. I don't know what that is. It's different for everybody. But that is my goal for each and every single one of you. You see, my outcome goal is to go ahead and allow each one of you to go ahead and hit your goals for this last couple of days of push week. That's my goal. And how am I going to do that? By giving each and every one of you a tactical game plan that we can all collectively work together, ask questions. Let's go out and get some experience. And I'm telling you right now, we are ending this month of August off with the bang. So dreamers, if you got any value from today, if you got some pieces, some nuggets to go ahead and apply, drop some threes down below. If you're ready to go ahead and take massive action, I'm right there with you. Drop some threes down below. Smash that like button. If nobody told you today, family, I'm excited. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so excited to see because I know what is here has only scratched the surface on what is to come. And we are already breaking numbers, breaking records on where it is that we've gotten so far. So here's the deal. I told you all I got a very special guest coming on for today. I would leave it for the end of the training. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, If you go on Instagram and you go ahead and type in this amazing soul by the name of Nate Wolf _, you're going to see this is somebody who's actually came a long way, right? Dreams to reality. This is what the podcast is about, showing dreams to reality. Somebody that was depressed, somebody that was down and out, somebody that literally could not have a reason to wake up. And fast forward to now, he's created a global movement, right? He's got more than 160,000 followers on Instagram. You want to talk about energy? You want to talk about waking up with that feeling, waking up fired up? Go ahead and watch some videos right when you get off this call and let me know how you feel. My phone just died, or else I'll show you guys a couple videos. But super excited, an amazing guest. He preaches the word of God every day. This is a man who's continuously growing himself, continuously pouring out into others and giving impact. And honestly, an amazing soul that I'm telling you, you're going to feel the energy through the screen. So at 1 p.m., I'll be dropping the Zoom link. I'll have it IG live as well, but tune into the Zoom so you guys can actually get inside of the room. And I will see you guys in a couple hours. Have a phenomenal day. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. We're turning dreams to reality, dreamers. Let's go out, make it happen. It's game time.